Hello and welcome to Binary Arcadia. Today we're talking PS5, and specifically if you've just bought a PS5 and you're not sure what games to play, much like one of our viewers, Gareth, here is our rundown of maybe the top 10 games that we would be playing right now if we just bought a PS5. Let's get into it.
Demon Souls, a real taster of what life is going to be like now crisp 60Hz console gaming is a thing. But whilst the visuals may glide over you like a fine silk, the gameplay rides roughshod over you with scant regard. If you've got the patience and the will to master the difficulty, there's plenty of satisfaction in reward, both in terms of the moment-to-moment touch feel of the weighty melee combat, accentuated by the DualSense controller, but also in conquering the litany of unique and creative bosses that pepper your purview. And playing with a friend lifts the experience even more. Taking on the unforgiving gothic nightmare with a pal is an experience I'd recommend.
Next up we've got Spider-Man Miles Morales. There's a lot of content here if you opt for the Spider-Man Remastered Edition alongside the Miles Morales novella. But both Spideys deliver an addicting romp through a digitised and ray-traced Manhattan that shouldn't be missed by Marvel enthusiasts and gamers alike. The traversal gameplay is so unique and compelling, it's easy to become entranced in the web-slinging in isolation. But add to that a surprisingly deep combat experience and a story which is often thick with Marvel goodness, well, it's left our Spidey senses tingling.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Not one we've played personally yet, but by all accounts it's a truly next-gen showcase and sings the praises of the SSD like nothing yet. From what we've seen and heard, it looks like a high-gloss, over-the-shoulder shooter thrill ride through some hugely imaginative climbs, with a surprising amount of narrative backbone to anchor the experience. It sounds like a game which, like Spidey, is at its best when you're glazed over experiencing the pure joy of its most extravagant set pieces.
Wait, I have to find my friend.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skate 1 and 2. Looking for a bit of nostalgia on your PS5? Well, look no further than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now available with a next-gen upgrade that delivers 1080p 120 frames per second or 4K 60. Visually, it's been completely remade from the ground up. Crisp new HD graphics really revitalise this incredible game. It was fantastic on first release back in '99 and 2000 respectively, a real highlight of the series for us and doesn't disappoint on replay. Lots of fun, pick up and play blasts await. They've definitely added a weightier feel to the trick, so expect to have to relearn it even if you were good at the originals. There's even a new challenge system to tick off when all is said and done, as well as an online multiplayer to keep you playing long into the night.
Resident Evil Village. Shorter than you might imagine, but packed with variety and paced to perfection. Once you're on board and acclimatised to this strange space that is Resident Evil Village, there's lots to love. Not least the incredible atmosphere and design craft that is laden thickly over the experience like congealed zombie blood. At times the linearity feels a little too contrived, but you soon forgive it when basking in some truly memorable moments, which I won't spoil here. I also enjoyed a couple more playthroughs after the fact when treated to an expanding arsenal that really puts you in the driving seat.
Control. Again, another game we're yet to sample, but its Game of the Year accolades speak volumes. You can bag the Ultimate Edition, which includes loads of DLC and a next-gen upgrade which boosts the performance mode alongside a quality mode with ray tracing on the PS5. By all accounts, it's a viscerally satisfying third-person shooter that goes to town on its physics-based combat model, spun together with a creepy and mysterious narrative that has some decent hooks.
It Takes Two. Genuinely one of the best online multiplayer experiences we've had in the last 18 months, potentially ever. This game really is terrific. The game revolves around two players working together to move past obstacles in order to move forward. It Takes Two is so well thought out, constantly moving the goalposts by way of altering the abilities or tools in use, which really keeps it fresh and fun. What we love most here is all the nods to classic games and the constant reinforcement of working together. Rich and I played this together online, but we think this will be a great game to play with a partner or child in couch co-op, even if they aren't really into gaming. A real showcase of creativity within the games industry. And like Astro, Nintendo will be kicking themselves they didn't make this first.
Returnal. I promise we have played some of the games on this list, but here's another we haven't. Another punishing experience from what we've heard though, not too far away from Demon's Souls in that respect, but chock full of thrills, spills and weird alien kills in this third-person roguelike shooter from House Mark. Again, another game praised for its technical achievements with particle effects coming out the wazoo.
Ghost of Tsushima, a modern classic from last gen, with a promised director's cut on the horizon, which may be worth waiting for. However, if you want to jump straight in, playing on the PS5 will give you a bump to 4K 60 frames per second right now, which I'm sure will make the brilliant samurai dueling a little bit more forgiving. In a nutshell, this is a very compelling open world adventure game with samurai styling for miles and a kick-ass co-op online multiplayer which comes as part of the package. Great value and a real standout single player experience which isn't far off being next gen in terms of its presentation.
Disco Elysium Final Cut, a cerebral masterpiece. If you like point and click adventure games, sci-fi dystopias and great writing, then Disco is for you. A warning to those looking for more conventional gaming experiences though, the script is incredibly verbose and requires patience to get the most from the residents and atmosphere of Revachol. Handily, the Final Cut version takes away some strain from the players as everything in the game is now fully voiced, so you can kick back amidst existential crisis and listen to some wonderful characters as you try to piece together their intentions and motivations in this fascinatingly unique detective adventure game.
Notable mentions: Hitman 3, shooty emergent stealth gameplay in fun-sized sandboxes, in a world without modern MGS and Splinter Cell games to provide shooty emergent stealth gameplay. Astro's Playroom, a short but stellar platformer with loads of heart and some incredibly inventive ideas, a Nintendo game on the PS5. Death Stranding Director's Cut, an extended version of the prophetic and high-concept epic from everyone's favourite genius auteur. Come for the BBs, stay for the arsenal of cool gadgets. Hades. Takes a while to bite, but when it does, it's game over, literally. It's all about dying and starting over in this game, searching for that perfect, godly loadout that leads to ultimate victory. Thanks for watching, BArcadians, and I hope that helps you, Gareth. So remember to smash that like button to help grow and support the channel. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. If you disagree to what our thoughts are, share in the comments. Give us your suggestions. What are you playing on the PS5? What would you recommend? And I think that'll do us on this occasion. Another one for the archives. Stamped and completed.